town. As you shuffle down the street side of this place called Rodeo, past the lights and all the laughter, you'll come across the bones of all those broken dreams scattered in the ditch. 'Cause some of us just don't know how to quit. We just nod our head and say a prayer every time they crack the latch. 'Cause that number on your shirt is like a bullseye on your back. Some days you don't clear leather, sometimes all you hits the ground. No, it ain't easy trying to be the fastest gun in town. Every mile and every scar, every drop of blood and sweat is worth it. When I nod my head and say a prayer, and that gate man cracks the latch, and who I am is more than just a number on my back. And I'll ride hell for leather, maybe someday I'll go down in history, just trying to be the fastest gun in town. The fastest gun in town.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to one of the most beautiful little hometown rodeo arenas in the world. Saturday Night Live at the Bennington Pro Rodeo. Y'all ready? We're going to get you revved up as the night goes along. Now, there are a couple of things I want you to know about as we get the rodeo started. There's a group of kids, Bennington Bulldogs, that are walking around this arena in gold and black. They represent the National Honor Society. They are selling 50-50 raffle tickets. We didn't give away enough money last night. Half the money goes to the Honor Society. The other half goes to the person holding the ticket. I want you to buy 5 or 10 or 20. Maybe you'll win a few $100 tonight before we send you out of here. The folks from the United Church are back in the corner of the arena. I think, what is that, southeast corner of the arena? They are selling all kinds of good stuff, and I guarantee you it's all high in fiber and will make you skinny, okay? It's pies and funnel cakes and brownies and cookies. And it's Saturday night and weekend calories don't count, so go for it. And I want to welcome tonight to our arena the Sticks Boutique at the southeast end of the arena. They are selling all kinds of good stuff for the Bennington Pro Rodeo. And last but not least, I want you to know that we've got a raffle. It's a half of beef. That raffle will not be closed tonight. So we're going to sell tickets to it all night long. And if you are the winner, you will be contacted at a later date. But they can fill up your freezer with a half of beef. You can get the tickets here tonight. Other than that, we got some of the greatest sponsors that you'll find anywhere in the central part of the country and beyond. I'd like you to go to the big screen from Dave and Don Petty out of Claremore, Oklahoma right now, and we'll show you some of them.
Severe weather alert. On May 19th, Long MacArthur Ford and Salina received light hail damage to over 500 new and pre-owned vehicles. New 2024 F-150 and Super Duty trucks up to $11,000 off. New 2024 Ford Escape, Edge, Explorer, Bronco, and Expeditions up to $9,000 off. Interest rates start at 0.0%. Pre-owned vehicles also discounted up to $11,000. Damage you can't see, savings you can. 24/7 at longmacarthur.com.
Folks, I'd like to welcome Long MacArthur Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in Kansas. Now, if you are interested in buying a new Ford truck, I want you to get a hold of Big Mike. Tell him you were at the Bennington Rodeo. They'll make you a special deal. They might even knock a few $100 off the sticker price. So tell Big Mike, write it down, save it in your phone. You were at the rodeo in Bennington. You'd like that Bennington Rodeo deal on a brand new truck. Long MacArthur. They got them in stock, and they are ready for you. Thank you to the Longford Water Company. They're keeping us all hydrated all night long. Well, folks, we're counting it down to showtime. My buddy Big Jake has got a couple of tunes he wants to play for you. Everybody get ready because the Bennington Rodeo is about to begin.
Now, are you ready for the big show?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Saturday night, and Saturday night has been designated the official party night of the week. So I got to know right now, who came to Bennington to have a good time? Let me hear you one time. We want to welcome you, rodeo fans, to the 48th annual Bennington Lions Club PRCA Rodeo. And this weekend we have featured over 250 contestants from across the United States and in Canada. And as we look at the far end of the arena right now, we want to welcome the banner of the Bennington PRCA Rodeo. It is approved by the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association and the Women's Professional Rodeo Association, as they feature over 600 tour stops across the United States and Canada, with a quest to qualify for the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. And the Bennington Lions Club Incorporated, sponsor of the Bennington Pro Rodeo, uses those proceeds generated annually for civic activities in the community, particularly those involving young people of right here in Bennington.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the awesome things that we do in professional rodeo, it's not just about the two-legged athletes, but it's about the four-legged ones too. The great bulls, the fantastic bucking horses. Folks, I want to pay tribute tonight and salute the New Frontier Rodeo Company, your neighbors from Roxbury, Kansas. That's Jim and Darla Crowther and the entire family, providing stock for the rodeo in Bennington. Troy told you this is the 48th year. This is the 45th out of those 48. Jim Crowther started when he was 4 years old, bringing livestock to Bennington, Kansas. They've been providing stock for this rodeo for a long time. Somebody give them a big round of applause tonight. Would you do that? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this does not happen without the volunteers behind the scenes. The people who make it all work from the Lions Club. And the Bennington Lions Club would like to take a moment tonight and recognize one of its members for their contribution to the club, the community, and the rodeo. Everybody take a look to the south end of the arena. We're going to kick that big gate open. And this year, folks, we would like to recognize that man who is the Lions Club president. Would you please give a round of applause to Mr. Steve Haley, who represents the Lions and all of the volunteers that are in the house tonight.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, throughout the rodeo performance tonight, I'm going to ask a lot out of you. And right now, I'm going to ask that you stand and remove cover, because the Bennington Rodeo has a long tradition of showing its patriotic spirit when we present the stars and the stripes waving in the spring breeze on horseback. Tonight, we listen to the words of the world-famous John Wayne as we present the greatest symbol of freedom, "Oh Glory."
You ask me why I love her? Well, give me time. I'll explain. You seen a Kansas sunset or an Arizona rain? Have you drifted on a bayou down Louisiana way? Have you watched the cold fog drifting over San Francisco Bay? Have you heard a Bob White calling in the Carolina pines, or heard the bellow of a diesel at the Appalachia mines? Does the call of the Niagara thrill you when you hear her waters roar? You look with awe and wonder at her Massachusetts shore, where men who braved a hard new world first stepped on Plymouth's rock. Do you think of them when you stroll along a New York City dock? Have you seen a snowflake drifting in the Rockies way up high? Have you seen the sun come blazing down from a bright Nevada sky? You hail to the Columbia as she rushes to the sea, or bow your head at Gettysburg, our struggle to be free? Have you seen the mighty Tetons? You watched an eagle soar? Have you seen the Mississippi roll along Missouri's shore? Have you felt a chill at Michigan when on a winter's day her waters rage along the shore and thunderous display? Does the word aloha make you warm? Do you stare in disbelief when you see the surf come roaring in at Waimea Reef? From Alaska's cold to the Everglades, from the Rio Grande to Maine, my heart cries out, my pulse runs fast, the might of her domain. You ask me why I love her? I've a million reasons why. My beautiful America, beneath God's wide, wide sky.
That banner is the greatest symbol of freedom that this world has ever saw. So on a Saturday night in Bennington, Kansas, if you're thankful for your rights and your freedoms, how about giving Old Glory the welcome that she deserves? What do you say, Bennington? Are you proud to be an American?
Ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
You know, one of the many freedoms that we get to enjoy in the United States of America is our freedom to be able to pray wherever we want to. And if you don't mind, this time I'd ask that you bow your heads as we go to a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this beautiful Saturday night to spend with our friends and our family right here in Bennington. Lord, tonight I ask that you place guardian angels around this arena and keep each and every one of our contestants safe. I ask you watch over our rodeo fans and even our livestock, and I ask you give us all traveling grace home tonight after the rodeo. And Lord, tonight I come to you on my knees, and I pray that you heal our country as we pray for world peace. Lord, I ask you give wisdom and courage and kindness in the hearts of the world leaders. And I ask that we come back together as one and one nation. Lord, I ask you continue to watch over our U.S. military as they continue to fight for our freedoms. And I ask you bring them all home very safe and very soon. But most of all, Lord, we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died that day on the cross so that we could have eternal life with you in heaven. And these things we ask in Jesus' precious name. And all God's people said, amen.
Troy, that's beautifully said. Folks, I want to take a moment tonight. I want to speak to all of you and a special group in particular in the audience on this beautiful Saturday night. How many men and women are in this audience tonight who have ever served in the United States military? Raise your hands in the air high. We want everybody to know who our veterans, who our active duty are tonight. God bless you and thank you for your service to our freedom. And I want to extend that same courtesy to one more group. I want to say thank you tonight to the first responders, our county sheriffs, our city police officers, our EMTs, our firefighters. Folks, they don't get near enough credit. Give them one of those big round of applause as well. Would you do that? Those men and women I just talked about stand on the front lines of freedom. They stand on behalf of that flag. And they guarantee each and every one of us has the right to sing the song you are about to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take a moment tonight and invite you to open your voices like a choir, because we are about to share America's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
God bless America. Kansas on a sold-out Saturday night. I got a question. Are you ready to rodeo? I'm Steve Kenyon from Gainesville, Texas. Standing next to me, the reigning Women's Professional Rodeo Association Announcer of the Year, my partner, Troy Goodridge. It's time to get to it in the buck and shoots. Troy, let's ride some bareback horses.
Let's do it. Let's go down inside the Davison Construction buck and shoot for our leadoff man. It's a cowboy from Ethel, Louisiana. He's going to school at Fort Scott Community College right here in Kansas. This is Dylan George and a horse called Broken Arrow from New Frontier Rodeo. He just qualified for his first College National Finals Rodeo in Casper, Wyoming, and he's going to make Kansas proud in Wyoming. And we're going to take you down on the arena floor to meet our two pro officials. They are Kent Krause from here in Kansas and Ray Brown out of Nebraska. Scores are coming in. They're big. How about 78 points to start it off?
That's a brand new leader. So, folks, I want to tell you about something that's going to happen in the bareback riding and the saddle bronc riding tonight. You're going to hear a common theme. Cowboys that are headed on to Casper, Wyoming next week for the College National Finals Rodeo. And I think it's fair to say the entire Fort Scott, Kansas rodeo team is here. We got another one from Fort Scott getting ready to ride. Quentin Lunsford. He's from McCune, Kansas. He was 78 in Abbeville. He's on a horse called Time Bomb, the number 2 man in the Central Plains region of college rodeo. We're in the bucking shoot that is sponsored by the Bennington State Bank for a 19-year-old kid. Big money in the second round of the Prairie Circuit Finals last October. Quentin Lunsford. You might not know this kid's name yet, but you're going to.
He's number 7 right now in the race for the circuit title in the PRCA Prairie Circuit, and Steve and I are going to talk a lot about circuits throughout the night tonight throughout the United States. He's been a Missouri high school bareback riding champion. He's won an all-around title. And this horse, they can win money on him. This is Time Bomb from New Frontier Rodeo. Hey, hey. I like it a lot.
Can I offer an important safety notice right off the bat for our fans tonight?
You bet.
All of you ladies sitting over here on this side of the arena that had that bucking horse and that bucking horse rider right there in your face, girls, if at any point tonight we throw a guy over the fence and he lands in your lap, you got 8 seconds to check out the way his butt fits his Wranglers. If you like him, you can keep him.
Easy.
Right? 75 points. That'll put him third. 75. So am I correct? We're about to have a big old family reunion here tonight?
We are. Let's go to the first one. We'll take you down inside the Davidson Agency buck and shoot. This is the first of 2 brothers. This is the older brother. This is Colton Eck out of Redfield, Kansas. He's number 3 in the Prairie Circuit. He's the number so. He's trying to get out of there.
Yep, he's getting up.
That's his dad, Andy, one of our pickup men, alongside Dusty Moore, and I don't like him to be slow to get up.
How tough is that kid? Ladies and gentlemen, you need to give him more applause than that. Come on, y'all, tell him it's okay. By the way, they just walked up and offered him a re-ride. He said, yeah, sure, why not?
Rewrite.
His father,
Rewrite.
if you missed it, Andy Eck is picking up tonight. Dusty Moore on the other side. Here comes his brother. That's why I said family reunion. 22 years old, Colt Eck, Redfield, Kansas. This is a rematch. This horse that he is getting on in the Rawhide Portable Corral bucking shoot he was 76 on this night at this rodeo 1 year ago. This is a bucking horse, the New Frontier calls Tuffy. Let's go!
That's Pretty Little Poison. That's a choculator son, or actually a choculator daughter. That's the bucking horse that he's riding. You watch his dad, Andy, ride in. They're talking to each other right now as Dusty Moore pushes him to him. Those two men on horseback that are our pickup men have both been selected as pickup men at the PRCA Prairie Circuit Finals. The numbers are in. It is 75 points for Bryce.
Nice job, Bryce. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're not done with the bareback riding. Bryce's brother, Colt, has a reride to get on. But I want you to take a look at the scoreboard as we say thank you tonight to our sponsors, Auto Tech, One Vision Aviation, Air and Fire Systems, Richard and Margaret Dard for the buckle, the replay presented by Webb Farms, Dylan George, 78, Brian Dittmer, 76, a couple of them at 75. Did y'all like the bucking horses of the New Frontier and the bareback riders tonight?
Ladies and gentlemen, there is one more man that is part of our team here this weekend that I want you to meet right now. He's been voted 6 times a top 5 funny man of the year in professional rodeo. From Hyco, Texas, would you please welcome the one and only Matt Tarr.
What's happening, dude? You good?
How are you, Matt?
Oh, I'm good. You guys good? Man, now would be the time to rob the bank in Bennington. You hear me? Okay, listen. I got to tell y'all a story.
What is it?
It's a quick story. It's not mine. I can't take. I didn't read it. I didn't hear nothing. I was told to me. Okay.
Okay.
It's any doctors here? You were talking about first responders. Any doctors? Yeah. Okay. Check this out.
Okay.
Recently, medical stuff's come a long way.
It has. It
Recently,
really has.
there was a guy that cut his entire arm off in a fishing accident. Yeah, by the boat.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, 3 hours of surgery. They put it back on. 6 months of rehab. He's throwing pitches in the major leagues. Did you know that?
You got to be kidding me.
Swear to you. There's another guy. Lost his entire leg from here down in a farming accident.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I know. 4 hours of surgery, 3 months of rehab. He's going to the Olympics for the United States of America.
That is remarkable,
I'm
Matt.
telling you, dude. Check this out, though. This guy was driving home, hit a tree, right?
Okay.
Popped his head like a zit. There's brains everywhere, all over this cow pasture, right?
Oh, my goodness.
So this doctor comes up behind him and sees it. He just scoops the guy up, throws him in the car, scoops up the brains and the cow poop, everything, throws them in the car. 2 hours of surgery. 1 day of rehab, that guy is now the United States president. It's the dangest thing I've ever seen. All that poop in that one spot, you know. It's not my story. I just seen it, okay?
Oh,
wow.
Matt, we're going to have fun tonight.
I just had to check him. You know, Dusty, it's not my story. It's not me.
I understand. I understand.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take you to the time event, and we're going to kick off the steer wrestling with a world champion bulldogger. Jacob Edler from Iowa. Scoreboard says Alva, Oklahoma. That's where he makes his home today. The 1 year the national finals was in Las Vegas at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas during COVID. This man walked away with a world title and a gold buckle. Jacob Edler, this man is a big old Iowa farm boy. And I mean, he throws one down quick. He'll throw a celebration dance at you. Time to beat is a 4 flat. Big Jake, I want 3-9 for the gold buckle buckaroo tonight.
He's on his way to making his second trip to the NFR this year, Steve. He's number 14 right now in the PRCA World Standings. And in 10 days in Las Vegas in 2020, he won a little over $155,000 to help him clinch the gold buckle.
Went on a heater in the last 6 go-rounds.
He did.
That is a heater. I don't make that much in a year.
Yeah, I know.
A year.
And this year's NFR is going to pay about $15 million. So if you go on that same heater, you're winning $200,000 in 10 days.
That's right. That's right. He has a younger brother we've been watching in steer wrestling as well, too. And don't be surprised if we see him before long as well.
I wish I was cool. You know what I mean?
You wish you were cool?
We do too.
Then you could, thanks, guys. I opened the door for that one,
You
didn't
did.
I?
You did.
Touche. You got me.
Okay, what's he waiting on? He's waiting on the steer to stand up straight.
Hey, he's big enough to wait on anything he wants.
Yep,
I'm not
that's
telling him no
true.
different.
That's it. That steer is apparently kneeling down, looking over his shoulder, thinking, oh, my God, this guy's about to chase me.
Yeah. Gonna rip his head off.
Let's go.
Oh, nice move by the Hazer.
Yo!
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, my hat is off right now to that Hazer. He bumped that steer over to Jacob where he could get down on him. Oh, it is a no time. It is a no time. That steer was not shaped up in a legal throw. So unfortunately, the world champion's going to go out with a no time. So folks, pay him off. Tell him you're glad he's in town, will ya?
Sam Daly, trying Nebraska. So here's what's got to happen, folks, if it's your first rodeo. When they get their hands on that steer, they're going to throw them on their side. They got to have all four legs out from under the steer, pointing in the same direction. If you happen to pin a leg or something, that is where you end up with problems with the field flagger. This man is 19 years old, Pratt Community College rodeo team member. Rides a horse called Rogue. It's 10-year-old gelding. You might see these horses more than once. Bulldoggers don't always haul their own horses. Sometimes they lease one from somebody else and pay them a little piece of the pie if they win it. Paying a little piece of the pie gets me thinking about the United Church ladies and what they're selling tonight.
No kid.
Yep. Now, I got one small favor to ask all of the kids that are lined up along the fence. I'll get it to you in a minute. Boy, he rode about halfway down the arena hanging on the saddle. 6'3". I want you to watch the replay tonight from Crossan Family Farms. Folks, this guy ought to be a trick rider. Watch what he does right here. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004 seconds hanging on the side of that horse. 6-3.
Got him down.
So the message I was asked to deliver is this. I see a bunch of children sitting on the grass by the fence. Kids, we're glad to have you. Do us a favor so you don't get run over. Slide back 2 feet. Do not stick your feet under the fence into the arena, okay?
Mom and Dad, if you got more than one, pick one with the most potential.
That's
okay?
it.
Matt.
Just saying.
Okay, here's that guy that was the good hazer for Jacob Edler.
This is Riley Westhaver from High River, Alberta, Canada. He's a college cowboy going to school down here in Alva, Oklahoma. He's been a qualifier to the College National Finals Rodeo in Casper, Wyoming. And this year he's won money in Texas City, Texas, as well as Jacksonville, Mississippi, Guymon, Oklahoma, and more recently was placing at Fort Smith, Arkansas. Now we see camaraderie in our sport of rodeo, but we probably watch it more in the steer wrestling than any of our other events because these guys will share horses. They'll share equipment, but they will cheer for each other as well.
This horse's name is Mud Duck. That's the same horse Jacob Edler was riding a minute ago. Jacob's on the hazing horse.
He's a good one.
Yeah, Jacob is an accomplished hazer. He's a good bulldogger, but he'll haze a bit with the best of them, too. Is anybody here tonight at their very first rodeo ever? Let me hear from you if you are. Awesome. Nice to have you. Bulldogging makes absolutely no sense. You're jumping off a perfectly good horse and tackling a cow. Reach. Come on, Canada. Get her done. 7-3. Somebody want to give him a hand? I don't know if that's going to get him a check.
He had to run him a long way, but he got him captured as we watch the replay from Crossan Family Farms. Once again, we also want to say thank you to C&W Ranch for providing the sponsorship video replay. Got him down.
You should do this.
Who are you talking to?
Dusty.
Oh, Dusty.
He probably could.
No, I know he could. Yeah, I just haven't seen it in a while. You want me to haze for you?
Well, that was pretty definitive.
I know. You didn't have to shake your head that big. Simple no would have done.
All right, let's go to Nebraska. There's a Cowboy on his rookie season, and he's in a race for a Resist All Rookie of the Year title. He's just outside the top 20 right now. This is Tucker Ravenscroft from Denzel, Nebraska. He won money at the Resist All Rookie Roundup in Fort Worth, and he does not like what he sees. He did not like what he saw, so he's not going to get down. It will result in a no time.
So, guys, can I take a moment of your time tonight? There's some people in the audience that I would like to introduce. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us tonight over here to my left, I think that's the north end of the arena. Would you please give a round of applause for their 10-year class reunion to the Bennington High School class of 2014, having their reunion tonight.
Wait a second.
The note I was handed says this: most people are still shocked that this group actually was able to graduate. Give them a hand.
Those are my people then.
Yeah.
They're over in the rowdy section.
Yeah, 10 years. You guys still don't get headaches when you drink. That's awesome.
Let's go to Gage Davis, Cody, Nebraska. Laramie County Community College steer wrestler, and he drew a runner tonight, but he's going to catch up with him, slide him, shape, go for the nose. Now he's got to stand back up to go for the nose. There he got him. 11-3. 11-3. We didn't get a chance to talk about the barrier very much. So when our next steer wrestler rides in, we'll talk about that a little bit more as we give the advantage to the steer. And it's about a 10-foot head start.
Hey, is the class president over here? Which one?
The one paying absolutely no attention, looking at her phone, I think.
The class president, where there's 7 people. Yeah, stand up. Hey, it's cool. Nobody knows you here. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Brianna, that guy doesn't even know I'm talking to him. He thinks it's y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt was his class president too, by the way.
Yeah, I was homeschooled.
And look how he turned out. Wears makeup and works at night.
Success right here, fellas.
Tryson Calavea from Hilo, Hawaii. Here's the #1 Bulldogger in the Prairie Circuit, the #1 Bulldogger in the Central Plains region of college rodeo. How did a kid from Hawaii get all that done? Well, he's going to school at Bulldogger U, Northwest Oklahoma State University, and is headed to the College National Finals Rodeo, riding a horse he owns called Rumor with Big Jacob Edler on the Hazen side. Here we go.
Touch this.
Nope.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Why did he pull up?
Because he's smart.
Yeah, pretty good answer right there.
Watch
the steer, yeah.
Watch the steer on the replay. You see him kind of duck over in front of that horse. We'll get a better view of it right here. That's very, very dangerous. We've saw horses that have tripped over those steers, land on top of the steer wrestler. We don't want that to happen, so he pulled up. But, folks, there's a great champion. There's a pair of them, actually, that are leaving tonight with no times. What you put on them is what they take home. You go right ahead.
So, did you find the class president, Matt?
Yeah, I did. I told her I wouldn't pick on her, though. So
Really?
You're safe, yeah.
Okay.
For a minute. I can't make any promises all
Thane
night.
Kimbrough from Nebraska. Okay, whatever we're doing right now, it ain't working.
I think it's perfect.
Really? Why?
If I'm a bulldogger, that's what I'm doing. I'm not getting off.
You're just riding on by. huh?
Riding on by.
Riding on by. Drive by bulldogging.
Okay, I got an idea. Who's the wild one of the class? Like, who's the wild one of the class that's here? I knew it was you. I knew it was you. Hey, dude, guess what? If they don't throw one of these, you're going to have to try, okay? Welcome. Yeah. Rodeo's a participation sport, dude.
We're going to stay in Nebraska, and we're going to go to a man who has aged like fine wine. Jim Persinger, North Platte, Nebraska, is at the ripe, young age of 62 years young.
What?
Yep. Everybody in the audience over the age of 60, make some noise one time. Okay, I expect you to yell and scream for this man. He's a businessman. He's a multiple-time circuit finals qualifier. 62 years old. Come on, Big Jim, show the kids. Ow.
Ouch.
Ow. I'll tell you what, Jim, I got 2 years on you, and I wouldn't have got up near that quick from that wreck. Just saying.
That's a tough, tough man.
Yes, he is. Give him a hand, folks. Would you give him a hand? Watch this. Boom.
I'm going to be honest with you. If I fall off the curb, I'm there 5 minutes.
They would be picking me up in pieces.
That's a tough dude right there, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next man we're going to watch has been serving in a different role here this weekend. He's been one of our bullfighters, protecting our Cowboys in the bull riding.
Really?
This is Okmulgee, Oklahoma's Wade Kuntz getting ready to run.
A.K.A. Bill Dance.
Bill Dance,
Yeah.
father of Tweeter.
Father of Tweeter.
Come on, Wade,
Kuntz.
get you some money. Yes.
Oh.
What?
Oh, my goodness. We were a 4 flat coming in, and Wade Kuntz says, hold my beer and watch this. How about a 4 and 4?
Wait a second.
Yeah, 4-4. He's
Where did
winning
that-
second.
Where did that come from?
I have no idea.
The man is a stud. The man is a stallion.
No, he's not. He's a mini horse. Where did that come from? He's 44 and pot-bellied. Where did that come from?
I don't know. But
Well,
right
if
now,
he's 44 and pot-bellied, he just bulldogged his age. There you go.
yeah.
Hey, Wade. Way to go, buddy. Thanks for telling us. You
Yeah.
were cool.
All right, here's Shannon Elam. He's from Salina, Kansas. Anybody here from Salina tonight? Folks, this man has got Big Jim Persinger on the Hazen side. He's riding the same horse Jim owns. And he's just a couple of years younger than Jim at 54. Let's go. And I think he's going to get outrun. What a night in the bulldogging, huh?
You bet. Fast run of the night, Wade Kuntz, as you can look at our scoreboard, brought to us by Crossan Family Farms and C&W Ranch. Chance Howard's on top of the Ford Flat. Our bullfighter, Wade Kuntz, out of Beggs, Oklahoma, is going to win second with a 4 and 4. Weston Taylor at 5 and 2. And Blue Mountain, Kansas, Jeff Miller in the number 4 spot with a 5 and 9.
Tonight's steer wrestling sponsored by the Solomon State Bank. We'd like to be your bank by Riddles Western Wear LLC. Thank you to Bartlett Show Pigs and Show Calves and to Suter Feeds for bringing you the buckle tonight in the Bulldog and the Crossan Family Farms LLC sponsored our replays in the Bulldogging.
Well, we're going to stay at the timed event end. We're going to go to our Cowboys from the PRCA and the tie-down rope, and it is brought to you here this weekend by Westside Ventures from right here in Bennington. Also, Delphus Co-op Association for all your grain, feed, agronomy. We have it all. And Ingermanson Farms, established in 1932. And a big thank you to our buckle sponsor, Robinson Feeds LLC, your Purina feed sales from here in Bennington. And, Steve, if they haven't seen those beautiful trophy belt buckles, they're right down there by the concession stand. They're beautiful. Anybody would be proud to wear them.
I put pictures of them tonight on Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook and all that other stuff I don't know how to operate.
Me neither.
Folks, we're going to the tie-down roping with a 43-year-old multiple-time champion in the Great Lakes Circuit. This is Jody Green. Everybody say, woo! Now, Jody. This man's qualified for the Great Lakes Circuit Finals 11 times, the Prairie Circuit Finals twice. Watch that little horse work the rope. That horse only 5 years old. 11-2. That is the Pontotoc County Commissioner from Oklahoma.
Really?
Yeah. And a horse trainer. And an awful good roper.
He is that, for sure.
Give him some money. Give him a hand, folks. I think he just won himself some money at 11-2. I like that. A politician we can all cheer for.
That's true. That's true.
Jody, you can get me for that comment later.
Don't cheer for him. They'll give him felonies before you know it.
Marlow, Oklahoma. Zane Creekmeyer.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye on this kid. 20 years old. He just graduated from Western Oklahoma State. Headed on to Oklahoma Panhandle State next year. This is a 20-year-old kid riding an 18-year-old horse. Reach. Now watch this horse take slack out of that line. String him. The calf kick. 13-4. 13-4. That's probably out of the money.
Probably still in the, uh-oh.
Did he get up? He did.
He did.
So I didn't explain the tie inspection rule. Folks, you watch the replay, and the tie-down rope and courtesy of New Horizon Dental Care. Once he gets his hands in the air, he walks back to his horse, he gets in the saddle, puts some slack in the rope. At that point, there is a 6-second period for our field flagger to keep an eye on the calf. If the calf comes untied before that 6-second count, it's up. It's a no time. Y'all want to give Zane Creekmeyer from Marlow, Oklahoma, a big round of applause? That's all he's going to get tonight.
All right, let's take a trip out to the West Coast. Kerry Paul Duval, Farmington, California. Here's a college cowboy. 21 years old, Northwestern Oklahoma State University. He won money this year in Woodlake, California, and he's about to win some money tonight if that calf will let up just a minute. 12-2.
There's a lot that can happen in the tie-down roping. Joe Beaver, the 8-time world champion, once told me there is no way of counting all the different ways a tie-down rope and run can go south on you. That calf took that top hind leg, stuck it right up in his face. It's hard to time like that. So from a 21-year-old kid, we go to a man who's been a member of the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association since 1995. Billy Hamilton, Stigler, Oklahoma, bunch of trips to the Prairie Circuit Finals Rodeo. He's won big money at big rodeos all over the country, including the Daddy Mall in Cheyenne. Billy Hamilton, Stigler, Oklahoma. Now, here's the rule, folks. I know we're in Kansas. I know it's hard for a bunch of Kansans to root for an Okie, but it's okay at a rodeo to scream for a guy from Oklahoma if you want to.
He's going to step down and get to him quick. You can help him pull to flank. He'll string one, gather up the hind two. Now, he'd like his horse to work a little bit more. You see him keep that rope tight. He wasn't just a second ago.
Yeah.
But he looked up at him. He stepped back, 17-8, so we're going to stop the clock. Probably, well, I know he's not going to win any money here, so.
Watch this on the replay, folks. You're going to see his head snap back, and when his head looks back, that horse is literally looking over his left shoulder at the replay screen. He's like, pay attention, please. 17-8. Y'all give that Oklahoma man a little welcome. Would you do that? Matt, it looks to me like you are meeting and greeting the people. So much so that he's not paying any attention.
He's congratulating Wade.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, Wade Cooch, you're my hero. Give that guy a hand. He was just 4-4 in the Bulldogging.
All right, let's go to Sam Ward, Pittsburgh, Oklahoma. We need to get the train back on the track. We were 11-2, 12-2, and then we went to the 17-8. So let's get somebody back in the 10s, maybe a 9 here on Saturday night. I can't think of a better night to have that happen. Little back Baldy steps out. It's a swing and a miss, just a bit outside.
When you're hot, you're hot.
No time.
When you're not, you're not. Put all the money in and let it roll with you. When you're hot, you're hot.
Okay, I'm going to bet some money with you right now, Troy.
Okay.
Okay? Tie down roping tonight, being presented by Solomon State Bank. No, excuse me, that's the steer wrestling. Tie down roping, being presented tonight by New Horizon Dental Care. This is Tom Krause. He's 22 years old from Gallatin, Missouri. Rides a 10-year-old blue roan named Doc. He's a rancher when he's not roping. He's 11th in the PRCA's world standings. He might be headed to his first national finals rodeo. When you join the PRCA, your first $1,000 goes on something called a permit. After that, you can stay on the permit if you want to. He won the Prairie Circuit Finals and the Great Lakes Circuit Finals on his permit. His first year competing. Been an average winner at the Great Lakes Circuit Finals in Louisville, Kentucky 3 times. Like I said, 11th in the world. Top 15 go to Las Vegas in December. Get him up. 11-9.
He's
officially 12-2. Sorry, Tom. Wish I could have gone the other way with that.
He's a product of great parenting. His mom and dad, both great ropers, two of the nicest people you'll meet, and Tom is the same way. So as we recap tonight in our replay board, New Horizon Dental Care brought us the calf roping or the tie-down roping. It is going to be Chance Fleming with a 9-5, Cato Llewellyn out of Oklahoma with a 10-4, Tyler Milligan in there with a 10-6, and we round out the top 4 with Clint Graves with a 10-8. How did you guys enjoy the tie-down roping here on a Saturday night?
Thanks to Westside Ventures, to the Delphos Co-op Association, Ingram Anson Farms, and to Robinson Feeds, your Purina feed sales in Bennington. Thank you to Longford Water Company. All right. Hey, folks, I want you to do me a favor. Everybody take a look up at the big scoreboard for just a moment before we go to our next event. That is Troy Goodridge. That's this man standing right here next to me. Ladies and gentlemen, 2022, he joined a pretty good group of cowboys as rodeo announcers as the Women's Professional Rodeo Association's Announcer of the Year. Give him a big hand. Would you do that? Congratulations, Fonda. Thank you. Okay, so we have something on our agenda right now that, you see, we just set a trampoline up in the middle of the arena.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So, folks, I want you to understand something. The folks here in Bennington spared no expense. They went out and hired a guy named Jumpin' Johnny, who is the, supposedly, according to the notes I got, the #1 trampoline jumper in the world, okay? He's supposed to be really, really good.
Hey.
But Troy and I got together with Mark Bacon and the guys from the Lions Club, and we said, look, it's Saturday night. We don't need perfection. Let's do something that, will be less than perfection. Just see if the people like it.
I think it's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be fun, too. Should we tell our fans what the less than perfection thing's going to be?
I think we should.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite to the center of our arena rodeo clown, entertainer, and funny man, Matt Tarr, to jump on a trampoline.
No. Y'all quit that right now.
No.
That ain't happening.
Hey.
Okay.
No.
Hey.
What?
I don't know if you know this, but they redid your contract, and you might want to read the fine print. But, yes, you are going to get on that trampoline.
Listen, there ain't nobody in here that wants to see a grown man on a trampoline. I promise
Okay,
you.
wait a minute. I would
No,
like to do
hey.
a survey of the audience. Everybody
No.
in the audience, on the count of 3, do you want to see him jump? 1, 2, 3.
You know what?
What?
It's Saturday, but y'all need Jesus, okay? This is I don't want to do this. Man,
Sure you do.
can't we?
It'll be fun, they said.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah. The
Okay.
guy said he hasn't needed a trip to the doctor in at least a week, so it should be okay.
He's probably in shape. Oh,
You're in
good
shape.
Lord.
Round
Yeah.
as a shape.
Yeah, I'm pot-bellied and bald. This is not made for me, okay? How many people are 40 years old or over? Make some noise.
Yes.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Me too. I don't need to do this.
Get on there.
Dude,
Get up on there. We'll
I'm going Troy. God. That's enough out of that. Okay, I don't know who's over there.
You
Screaming.
need some help. Do you need some help?
More than you know. The crotch of my pants is at my ankles. Give me
Do
a
you
second.
need a crane or a mounting block or
there you
something?
go.
What's the
I'm in. I'm in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's kick this thing off.
Let's kick it off.
Something basic.
Okay.
All right. All I want you to do is just jump.
Just jump.
Jump.
You hush. I don't know who said that, but you say that again, you're grounded. Okay, just jump.
Just
Yeah.
jump.
Okay. We're going to do it easy. We're going easy, okay?
That is horrible.
That's not what I meant.
That is horrible.
I'm jumping.
You're not jumping. You're
My feet are off the ground, Steve.
Really?
Okay, fine. I don't want to.
You don't think
Okay.
you should do it?
So,
Okay, I'm going to do it.
okay.
I'm going to do it.
Hey.
Like that?
There you go.
Okay.
Look at that.
A little
Hey, that
higher.
ain't bad.
A little higher.
I can do that.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Hey.
Hey.
Nice. What do you think about that?
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Cool.
All
No,
right.
you're not getting off the
No,
trampoline
no, no,
yet.
no, no.
No,
Get back
no,
up there.
no.
We're not done.
We're done.
No, get back up there.
I'm out of air.
No, get back up there, man.
There's plenty of air where you're going to be jumping.
Okay. Hey, that was a lot quicker. Okay, what's up?
So here's the next thing I want you to do. Do you know what a belly flop is?
Yeah, you do it at the swimming pool.
Yes. But today we're going to do it on the trampoline.
What is this wee stuff?
You are going to do, let me clarify, sorry.
Okay.
You are going to, here's what I want you to do. I want
What?
you to do a belly flop,
Okay.
and when you come back up, I want you to land on your feet.
I'll bet you do want that.
I do.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to do it, and then we're good, okay?
no.
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? Okay, we're going to do a belly flop to the feet. That's what you said, right?
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. I did it.
Wow.
That wasn't bad. No,
That was
stay,
okay.
Stay there. Don't get down.
Yeah.
You do not get
We're
down.
done.
No.
Now, Mark Bacon just handed me a copy of your amended agreement to be here at this rodeo.
Okay.
It says if
Yeah.
he will do a backdrop and land on his feet, there is an extra cash bonus involved.
How much are we talking?
Enough to get you all kinds of good stuff from the United Church down at the other end of the arena.
Really?
Yeah.
So like a couple $100 or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. Sure.
If I do a backdrop to my feet,
A
I get
backdrop and then
extra-
back on.
Oh.
Ow! Are you okay?
Matt?
Are you singing soprano in the church choir tomorrow?
Hold on.
Did you just turn your chicken nuggets into chicken tenders?
Hold on. Ow.
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
It's alright to be a little bitty, a little hometown or a big old city. Might as well share.
Sure. I sure needed you to chime in right there. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think of it this way. At this point, Matt, you don't have much left to lose.
My dignity's gone. Okay. Okay. To the back, to the feet, right?
Backdrop and back to your feet. Yeah.
Okay. For extra money.
Yes.
That's the deal. We're going to do it. Okay. We're going to do it. Yes.
Whoa,
Oh.
whoa, whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa.
Whoa!
Hold on.
You had to come apart.
Hold on.
That's called a wardrobe malfunction, folks.
Look, I got kitties on my underwear.
I don't want to see them.
Sure you do.
In your hometown of Hyco, Texas, is there no tanning equipment?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Let me stretch up here.
Okay.
Okay. Look. Look, I look like everybody's grandpa. I get my armpit hair stuck in my zipper. Okay. To the back, to the feet, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's where we're at. Okay.
That's where we are.
Okay. To the back, to the feet. Y'all ready? I said, are y'all ready? Okay. We're going to do it. Whee.
Keep going.
Whee.
Keep going.
To your
the
feet.
I
To
forgot.
the feet. You're almost there.
Wow.
Hey.
And the crowd goes wild.
Okay.
Hey, no. We're not done.
We're done.
You're not done.
Dude.
Get back up on there, Matt.
What now? What, Troy?
Well, on the trampoline, the next stunt or the next step would be to do a flip.
A what?
A flip.
Do a flip.
You know, like a somersault flip.
I'd like to show you a flip right now,
I
Troy.
bet you would.
It's in my pocket. What about this endeavor makes you think I can do a flip?
I think you can.
No.
You've impressed us already.
Okay, I'll make you a deal.
What is that?
If I do a flip,
Uh-huh.
we're going to up the ante. And not only do I get cash, we're going to buy everybody here a piece of pie. What do you say to that?
Is that right?
And then, now hang on. And then we're going to break into the announcer's beer cooler and everybody over 21 gets a beer. Yeah.
You'll have to split a six-pack.
Okay. We're going to do a flip. All right, y'all ready?
Okay.
Y'all ready? I said, are y'all ready? Okay. We're going to do it. You ready?
Ready.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What was that?
Yeah. I flipped.
What was that?
I flipped. Didn't I? I flip? No?
Fans, what do you think?
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold on. First things first. Hi, road cone lady. I see you. Second thing, y'all don't think that was a flip?
I don't.
Okay. I'm going to need a little help.
Okay.
Hey, Maestro, you got something? Y'all want to do a flip? Y'all ready? Come on.
Everybody clap your hands with the music.
Let's get us a flip. What do you say?
Look at that.
Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, from Hyco, Texas, voted 6 times top 5 Entertainer of the Year in the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. How about it for Matt Tarr tonight?
Oh, awesome, awesome. Y'all having a good time tonight? If you are, say yeah.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at
Well, we have a little unfinished business to take care of tonight before we get to the saddle bronc ride. And you remember the re-ride, the horse that fell over, the tough cowboy out of Redfield, Kansas? That's Koldak. They've run the re-ride in. We're down inside the Bennington State Bank buck and shoot. But I want to welcome back inside our arena 2 of the most talented cowboys in our game today. They are pickup men. They have both been selected as pickup men at the PRCA Prairie Circuit Finals in Duncan, Oklahoma. On one side from Freedom, Oklahoma, it is Dusty Moore. On the other from Redfield, Kansas, it is Mr. Andy Eck.
Who happens to be the father of this man you're about to watch.
That's right.
So I think he's paying a little extra attention right here.
I do. I do too. All right, Colt, let's take advantage of the re-ride right now.
Score to beats is 78, folks, so he's got to be 78 and a half, 79. Rules of the game in the bareback ride, ride and parade. Watch his feet. Got to have the mark out rule in effect right off the bat to start the ride. Judges mark the horse 1 to 25, the ride 1 to 25. There's 2 of them, maximum 100 to give. 78's winning the rodeo. Let's go.
Go on! Go on! Oh, no. Folks, that started out to be a high 80 score. He's going to get tipped into his hand. He's going to come down too soon as we watch the replay from Wed Farms. Watch that rank horse as he comes around. He gets Colt reared back, tipped into his hand, and he is down. But you cannot try any harder than that man did right there and still wind up with a no score. So let him know you approve.
Okay, so this is kind of fun for all of y'all in the audience because now we get to go to the other way that they ride bucking horses. You just saw bareback riding with the hand in the rig, and now you're going to see saddle bronc riding, the classic event in the sport of rodeo. Blake Stick from Missouri. Now, last call for 50-50 tickets. Y'all get a hold of the ladies, the gentlemen from the National Honor Society. We're going to give away a bunch of money. If you got the winning ticket, you get half of it. Horse called Boomerang. Prairie Circuit Final selected for Blake Stick.
Hume, Missouri is where Blake Stick calls home. Prairie Circuit Finals, Saddle Bronc, College National Finals, Bronc Rider. This kid is impressive. Folks, that is a ranked bucking horse from New Frontier Rodeo they call Boomerang. They marked that horse some big numbers before, and tonight he's going to come out on top. He is down for no score. Pick him up, dust him off, tell him it's okay.
So if you go to enough rodeos, eventually you find yourself finding animals you love, finding animals you hate when you're a competitor, finding bucking horses and bucking bulls you've been on before. You're about to watch a rematch with the 2023 champion of the Bennington Rodeo, Cable Wareham from Whiting, Kansas. The 2020 National High School champion. He just won the rodeo in Abbeville. He's headed to the College National Finals Rodeo, top 10 at the CNFR. This is a horse called Good Kinda Crazy. He's taken a no score on this horse, and he's been 75 at the Prairie Circuit Finals Rodeo, and he's convinced he can do more. Davidson Construction, and you saw a free hand come down. And now the judges are going to throw orange flags on the ground. Troy, we need to explain this. Folks, if you watch the replay, which in the saddle bronc riding is coming to you courtesy of Hess & Son Salvage, he got fouled right there at the gate, got a foot hung up in that gate, and that's when the free hand came down.
He did. He brought the free hand down to try to save himself. He's talking to the officials. You see the orange flags. Orange flags mean good. That's a re-ride opportunity. If you see yellow flags on the ground, that is a rule infraction. We don't want to see those yellow flags. So we'll see Cable come back probably right before the bull riding tonight. But only with a pair of bronc riders out tonight, we're going to bring the curtain down on the Webb Farms and Scheibler families, as well as Tasker Trucking out of Abilene, saddle bronc riding. And we say thank you to the Appliance Center of Salina Appliance and Flooring for bringing us the classic event of rodeo and this saddle bronc riding. So we'll see Cable back, the National High School champion saddle bronc rider, right before the bull riding.
I'm the king of rock. There is none higher.
If you are the mother or father of a child that has been pre-entered in the mutton busting, we need the mutton busters down here by the bucking chutes. Mutton busters, moms and dads, bring them over. Boy, there's a big bunch of them tonight.
Oh, there's
There he
a
is.
pile of people here, man.
Yeah. How many of you were here on Saturday night a year ago? Scream one time if you were.
I was.
Yep. I remember that now.
That was wet.
It was wet.
Yeah. We had a belly flop contest. It was so wet.
Splish splash,
Yeah.
I was taking a bath.
It was.
Well, there's the scoreboard brought to us by Donovan's Ag by Air. And you can see Bose and Steenhook, they're on top with a 5 flat. Chang and McCoubry with a 5 and 4. Hobart and Frost with a 5 and 4. And Hillman and Holiday in the number 4 spot with a 5 and 9. So let's kick this team roping off. Last night was a little rough on them. But we're going to start with Dalton Turner out of Sidney, Arkansas, and Cooper Bruce out of Franklin, Missouri. Now, that man on the head and side's been to the Great Lakes Circuit Finals on 3 different occasions. He's in the top 50 of the world right now. The man on the other side has also been a 4-time qualifier to the Great Lakes Circuit Finals, and that happens in Louisville, Kentucky. And the Great Lakes Circuit is the largest sanctioning body in the PRCA. It's made up of 12 states that extends from the border of Canada all the way down into Kentucky. So here's the rules of the team rope. And you see the barrier up in front of him with the yellow rope and the orange flag. We give the steer about a 10-foot head start. 3 they go head catches, slick around the horn, around the neck, or a half head catch. Once they've done that, they dally, turn, shape him up. And here comes the heel shot. Let's get a pair of them. We only got one. We only got one. So the 7 and 1 will go to a 12 and 1 with the penalty. 12 and 1 for our first team.
So 12 and 1 will start us. Let's see if we can go a little quicker. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet the guys who are right now in the number 1 spot in the world standings of professional rodeo. The man on the head side happens to be the defending champion here in Bennington. That's J.C. Yaquo from North Dakota. These guys won $50,000 in Houston, Texas. Man on the heel side, 6-time national finalist Buddy Hawkins, Stephenville, Texas. A year ago, J.C. won this rodeo with his brother, who's roping with a different partner later on. But these two have been on fire. Buddy Hawkins on the heel side, 6 trips to the NFR. Won the average, set a record doing it in 2021 over 10 nights. That means he roped 10 steers faster than anybody else at the National Finals Rodeo. Come on, boys, show them your step. Slick, reach, 2. Now, do you want the bad news? They broke the barrier. What does that mean? That means that JC started just a little before that steer completely cleared the roping box. A plus 10. Make it a total of 14 and 8. Y'all want to give the number 1 ropers in the world a hand, folks? That's all they're going to get tonight.
Right. Let's go to a pair of Kansas men that maybe are not as well known in the PRCA as some of the guys we're going to watch tonight. But here's 2 guys that are capable of being the dark horses here this weekend. They could be the spoilers, sneak in there and win a check. Britton Grinstead out of Rago, Kansas is on the head and side. He'll ride in, he'll spin that horse around, back him into the corner. Scott Daly, Ark City, Kansas, is going to be on the heeling side. Now, Britton's going to set things up. He'll get the head catch on. He'll turn the steer. And it's all about timing. That heeler's going to be watching the bounce of those feet on the backside. And he'll time it to where he sets the trap with that loop of that rope to pick up a pair of them. You want to stay clean on the run. Nice head catch. Here comes the heel shot. Bennington. We got him. 6 and 9. 6 and 9.
I'd like to make welcome the man with the biggest lens in the house tonight, Kent Kirchner, the photo cowboy. Nice to see you here, sir. You want to talk about a man who can capture a rodeo in a moment in time. That guy's the guy. The next team, this is kind of a fun story, Troy. 19-year-old identical twin brothers. Clay Yazzie, Udall, Kansas. Cash Yazzie, Udall, Kansas. They're on their permit. They are 11th in the PRCA's permit standings. Identical twins about to go to work.
2 of the nicest young men that you'll ever meet. They're products of great parents. And what I like about them even more, Steve, is they're great champions, but it's just not going to work, folks. Even the best in the business can have a bad day at the office. But it's up to us to make them feel a little bit better. So you know what to do? Do it right now.
Failure to communicate.
Okay. I want to try something here, Matt Tarr.
What you got?
We're a little off the tracks in the team rope, and I'm going to ask for a little audience participation right now.
Okay, I'm with you.
Big Jake's going to give you a great piece of music, folks. Everybody get your hands clapping to it. Here we go. Everybody clap your hands. Will Jones, 19-year-old header. Heath Williams, 40-year-old healer. Iowa and Kansas.
Me a family and working on the farm. Days are all filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy.
Keep clapping.
Well, I got me a fine wife. I got me old fiddle when the sun's coming up.
Now let's rope them. Good start. Look at the heel loop. Troy, that would have been perfect if they unbroken the barrier.
Ah, no.
Okay, so what that tells me, guys, is that the hand clap and the audience participation thing worked pretty well.
It did.
I mean, they caught 2 feet, but they broke the barrier.
True that.
Halfway.
Yeah, 16-5 is their time.
All right, so we just met one of the two Yaqua brothers a little bit ago. We met JC. Now let's meet LJ Yaqua. Mandaree, North Dakota. He's on the healing side. And he's teamed up with Bastrop, Texas, Reno Stobrook. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a pair of guys that have been there, done that. LJ's heading back to the College National Finals Rodeo in Oklahoma State. Cowboy. And I have a feeling we're going to get extremely fast right here. Watch this on the corner. Kaboom! Make a little noise for a 4 and 6. That's the #1 team in the rodeo. They just took the lead.
Oh, I like that.
I do too.
See, Matt, get the audience all fired up and good things happen.
I like it. That was wicked.
Yep. Okay. Cumberland City and Mount Juliet, Tennessee send us the final 2 guys.
Just take those old records off the shelf.
Try doing that hand clapping thing again. Do a little singing along with it. Quentin Parchment on the head side, 29 years old, but a rookie. Been a champion in the IPRA a couple of times. Garrett Smith on the heel side, no. On the count of 3, everybody say, aw shucks. 1, 2, 3. Now give him a hand.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all. Check
So
it
as we
out,
take a
y'all.
look at the scoreboard one more time, it is Stobner and Yaqua, the team we just watched, with a 4 and 6, are going to win your rodeo. Bose and Steenhook are going to drop to the #2 spot with a 5 flat. Jay and McCoubry with a 5 and 4, and Hobart and Frost also with a 5 and 4 are going to split 3rd and 4th at your rodeo. How about it for our team ropers here this weekend?
Sponsored by Pathway Financial Solutions. Thanks to Allen Wise Contracting. To Phillips Seed Farms and the Buckles, presented by Billy and Joyce Gans, and by Bennington Mini Storage in the team roping tonight. Matt, you appear to have an assistant.
Yeah, I found him back there. He was dressed like me, so I said, come on, let's go to work. That's Wesley. Everybody say hi, Wesley. Say hi, Wes. Say hi to him. Can you dance? You shake your butt like this. Yeah. I like it. It's weird because he's, how old are you? 4, and you have a Copenhagen ring in your baggie.
Really?
It's throwing me off.
Who's ready for some Mutton Busters? Graceland Turner, New Cambria, Kansas, kicks it off. 50 points for Graceland, 50. Sponsored by FM 104.9, by Y93.7, and Can Equip. They're bringing you the Mutton Busters.
Our replay scoreboard in the Mutton Bustin', brought to us by our friends at Can Equip Incorporated. All right, let's go to our next one. It'll be Waylon Lawrenson from New Cambria, Kansas. Nice ride, 55 on the ride, 55.
Anybody here from Salina tonight? Roan Boyles, 4 years old, Salina, Kansas. Let's go.
$52 on the ride, 5-2 for Rowan. So we'll go to Nicholas Reinbold from Salina. Here's a 7-year-old buckaroo.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, that was the mythical sheep rider right there.
40 points. 40 points.
He is not happy with whoever made this decision for him.
I really think what we should do next year,
What?
for the children that are not happy that their parents entered them in the mutton busting, the children should be able to enter their dad in the bull riding.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Chase
Here we go.
Reinbold, Salina.
That's a little bitty one right there.
3 years old.
Nice ride. How about a new leader? 61 points. 61. So we'll go to Austin Chapman out of Clay Center. Here's a 6-year-old. Just in case you were wondering, this is the only legal form of child abuse in the state of Kansas.
We need all you parents to realize these kids are going to pick who wipes your butt for the next 40 years. So
That's true.
the shoe is going to be on the other foot at one point.
That's right. That's right. All right, Austin, you hang on. 61's on top of the leaderboard so far. So we want to say thank you to 104.9. It's all about the music. Here we go.
Hang on. Yo.
Good job. Good job. 59 points.
Ought to give him a time in the bulldogging, too.
That's right.
We gave one to Wade. He should get one.
Wade has thighs the way more than that kid right there.
No. I
Okay.
like this one. He's got a helmet and a tank top, you know.
Arabella Chapman, Clay Center, Kansas, 5 years old, cowgirl.
Atta girl. She is not pleased with y'all.
Yeah,
She's
score
walking-
of 60 points. Folks, in case you're curious, those are tears of joy.
Yeah. It's a little.
Good job, Arabella. So we'll go to Hunter Freeman from right here in Bennington.
Whoa.
Drew a wild one.
Good thing you got off when you did, buddy.
61. Half the score goes to the sheep. And that was a rank one. Let's go to Josie Eller from Bennington, Kansas. Here's a 6-year-old cowgirl.
She's got the coolest helmet here.
She does. She's going to win the Cool Helmet Award
That's right.
here in the Wool Warrior competition.
That's right.
Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time.
Here we go.
Let's go. Good job. How about 59? 59 on the ride. All right, Kendall Finley from here in Bennington, 5 years old. How many people are from Bennington at the rodeo? You're going to cheer for your hometowner, huh?
Ready?
All right, Kendall, hang on. Nice. How about 67 points to the lead?
Jump around. Jump around. Jump around.
And in case y'all didn't notice, that's a cowgirl. Here comes another lady. I want to hear all the ladies. Women in the audience scream. Emily Lieber, Sunrise Beach, Missouri.
Nice job.
62 for Emily, 62.
She is so.
What in the
I
world?
love how these kids look at their parents like, you want me to come to you after that?
I
No.
know. Let's go to Wesley Aspie from Abilene, 5 years old. Wow.
Good job, buddy.
I don't like a rocket. How about 60 points from our officials? 60 points.
Yeah. You know know that song, Wes? Have you ever heard that song?
Yeah. Wes is too manly for
He
that
doesn't
song
watch
right there.
Frozen.
Here's Connor Augustine from Salina, 6 years old. And 55 on the ride, 55.
Okay, let's try it with another cowgirl. From Topeka, Kansas, 5 years old, Michaela Jackson. Everybody say, go, Michaela. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've got a brand new leader at 75 points. And in the words of the world's greatest philosopher, George Strait, how about them cowgirls?
That's right. That's right. All right, let's go to Raylan Trost from Concordia. Good job, Raylan. And our judges say 62 on the ride, 62.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh.
Thanks,
No,
Jake.
no,
That
stop
song's
singing.
gonna.
No,
yeah.
stop singing it. Stop. No, there is way too many adults singing that. Knock it off. And the ones that aren't singing it, guess what? They're going to be singing it the whole way
Yeah.
home now.
The
Thank you
problem
for
with that
Jake.
song is that when you hear it on Saturday night, it's still stuck in your head on Thursday.
Oh,
That's true.
I do not. We were friends before that song. We're not now.
Hey, don't forget to check out all the photos from the rodeo here this weekend at photocowboy.com. That's F-O-T-O cowboy.com. That's Kent Kirshner out of Hutchinson, Kansas. He's your photo cowboy. Make sure you check him out on the web. He'll have them all uploaded for you to check out.
Congratulations, Michaela Jackson. 75 points, the high march ride and the mutton busting tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for our next contest, I'd like to take a moment, and we'd like to fly the flag of the Lions International, taking this opportunity to learn about the organization that brings this rodeo to all of you right here in Bennington, Kansas.
The Bennington Lions Club was chartered in 1932 and now proudly serving the Bennington community for 92 years. It is currently the only civic organization here in Bennington.
Now, in order to raise funds for their worthwhile projects, the Bennington Lions have sponsored the Bennington Rodeo since 1976, making this the 48th year for this annual event. 2024 marks the 21st year in partnership with the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association and the Women's Professional Rodeo Association. This rodeo, folks, is the largest fundraising event sponsored by a Kansas Lions Club. And that's because of all of you and the fans. You are the reason for our success here tonight.
Through the years, the Bennington Lions Club has utilized the funds generated by the Bennington Rodeo for assisting with vision checks and eyewear, awarding scholarships for students from our local high school as they pursue higher education opportunities, and sponsoring students who attend the Kansas Lions Band Camp. And in 2024, the Lions Club awarded scholarships to 4 seniors for higher education, and they sent 3 students to the state band camp.
Folks, the Bennington Club currently has 20 members on its roll. The longest tenured, Mike Berkeley, 56 years of service. Thank you, Mike. Please contact one of the members listed in your rodeo program if you'd like to be a part of the local club or assist at the service events. We can always use your help and support.
The Bennington Lions Club thanks the many volunteers of our community and surrounding area that assist with this event here this weekend. Special shout out to the local FFA chapter for their help each evening. We couldn't do it without you. Big thanks to our arena and event sponsors, along with our local businesses and patron sponsors. The Bennington Rodeo is truly an amazing event put on by an amazing community effort, and we appreciate each and every one of you.
Well, speaking of sponsors, thank you to the Longford Water Company, keeping all of us hydrated all weekend long. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you tonight to Long MacArthur Ford, a proud sponsor of the Bennington Rodeo. Long MacArthur, Salina, Kansas. And I'd like to ask you all a question. You spent all night tonight rooting for a bunch of cowboys. Who's ready to yell and scream for some cowgirls on a Saturday night?
MAC Kenworth will bring the video replay, and Emily Griffin from St. George, Kansas is going to kick things off. Now, it is a cloverleaf barrel pattern. You cannot spill any Coors beer. It's a 5-second penalty for every barrel that you knock down. 2 cowgirls have been below 18 seconds. She's a 2-time qualifier of the Prairie Circuit Finals. Round 3, Bennington, bring her home. And we're going to start it off fast, Steve. 18:07 on the run.
That is the 4th fastest time of the weekend right there. Callie Gates, Hydro, Oklahoma. Horse's name is James Darlin. She calls him JD. Here's a dental hygienist and a mom. Her daddy's a bulldogger. She's got a 7-month-old that's cheering her on. This horse's name is JD. Everybody say go JD right now.
Nice. That's number 2 in the rodeo. Somebody scream for a 1782. Oh, we have the train on the tracks already. Carnegie, Oklahoma is the home to Kim Squires. 9 times consecutive, she's qualified to the Prairie Circuit Finals from 1997 to 2005. In 1997, she won the Prairie Circuit Rookie of the Year. She rides a horse tonight she calls Cotton. It's a 7-year-old that is new to the rodeo scene. She took 10 years off, but she is back, and unfortunately, barrel 2 is going to fall. So, 1796, and she coasted him back. It goes to a 22.96 with a knockdown barrel. It is a heartbreaker, folks. Tell her it's okay.
There are a couple of qualifiers to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo on our field tonight. Here comes one of them. Jeannie Anderson, 2-time NFR qualifier, 3 times to the Ram National Circuit Finals. That's now known as the NFR Open in Colorado Springs in July. 18-time Prairie Circuit Finals rodeo qualifier from White City, Kansas. The veteran barrel racer's got a young mare underneath here named Fox. Folks, this horse hadn't seen a crowd this big her whole life. You might just well let her hear from Saturday night.
Oh, she just moved to number 4 in the rodeo. How about an 18:02 from a national finalist barrel racer?
All right, let's go to Texas. This lady is my neighbor from about 10 miles down the road where I live in Whitesboro, Texas, Cody Harmon. Ladies and gentlemen, the cowgirl you're about to watch, you want to talk about a great rodeoing family and a great horse racing family. The Harmons raise barrel racing horses, they raise rope horses, they raise bulldogging horses, and they all work. Come on, Cody, you're 1/3, 2/3. Kansas, I want you to get loud for Texas.
Oh, we've got a fast track. She's number 3 with a 1787, and we're going to tighten things up even more. We're going to go to a former champion of the world. One of the most flamboyant barrel racers you'll ever meet. 7 times to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. She's a model, she's an actor, she owns a clothing company. This is Fallon Taylor, Collinsville, Texas.
Folks, this is a night for young horses. That one's 5 years old. Just won Grand Junction, Colorado, placing in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And the world champion was just 1793, and she's on a hot streak. That'll put you 4th, Fallon. 1793 on a 5-year-old. Okay, we are halfway through the barrel race. And at the halfway point of the barrel race, this year they do something new, and the barrel racers love it. Because every one of these horses you're watching is worth $100,000 or more. $200,000, $300,000. So we bring out the tractor. We let John Deere Green do its job. Get the arena cleaned up a little bit. Everybody grab your 50-50 tickets tonight, all right? Grab your 50-50 tickets. There's like $260, I think the kids told me. You collect the money down at the southeast corner of the arena where the Honor Society set up and where the United Church is selling the goodies. The winning number is on the scoreboard, folks. It is 164351. 164351. If you have that ticket, go to the southeast corner in the concessions down there, and they will give you your money. Thank you for supporting the Bennington Bulldogs National Honor Society.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you guys having fun so far on Saturday night? How many of you want to do a little singing, huh? I want to hear you loud and proud, okay? All right, here's what I want you to do. I want everybody to take out your cell phones, and I want you to turn on their flashlight.
Okay.
I want you to hold that phone up over your head. I want you to wave it back and forth. We're going to take you back in time to a Journey concert. Everybody knows this song, so I want you to sing it loud and proud all together in unity. Here we go.
We're making a social media moment. Let me hear about the city boy.
Just a city boy, born and raised in.
There you are.
He took the midnight train going.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice. See, most rodeos only give you the first verse. We're going to the second one.
That's right. It's a bonus.
You even get the snappy guitar riff while you're at it.
That's right.
A singer in a smoky room. The smell of wine. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on.
Okay, that's rock and roll, but I got a question. Are there any Garth Brooks fans in the house tonight?
His glass of champagne, and I toasted you, said, honey, we may be through, but you'll never hear me complain.
Come on, Kansas.
This is where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blood. Social graces, think I'll slip on down to the. So I've got.
You guys are fun.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Who's ready for a little more barrel racing? The women of the WPRA, we are ready for you. And it is Amy Long, Nowata, Oklahoma. She's won a lot of money on this horse. This horse she calls Darlin's PYC Wagon. She calls her Bandy for short. 13-year-old killing that she runs. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve talked about that $1,000 permit. This cowgirl filled hers very, very quickly. She went on to win more money. We're going to pull for her tonight. Come on, Amy. The track is fast. Let's get you under 18 seconds. One more. Bennington, it's your turn. $18.41.
How many of y'all are born and raised Kansans that are here tonight? Let me hear from all the natives of Kansas. Here comes a girl from Manhattan, Kansas. On a horse called JJM, Sonny's Rambo. My partner on the Cowboy Channel, Justin McKee, says this is the best broke barrel horse he's ever seen. Justin's got a wife and a daughter that are both barrel racers. He ought to know.
He knows them.
I feel tears welling up cold and deep inside like my heart sprung a big break.
Name is Rambo. She's around 2.
Sharp and painful that I may
Y'all want to help her home? Come on, Kansas. Do something for her. 19-27. There was a little stumble on that second. So here comes a lady who's a college national finalist from Paola, Kansas. Rides a horse called Chapo. Troy, this cowgirl you're about to watch, she's just as handy with a barrel racing rein in her hand as she is with a breakaway rope.
She's truly one of the most talented all-around cowgirls in the WPRA. She's won money in both of the events that she competes in, the barrel race and the breakaway roping. She's already placed this year in Vernon, Texas, Atoka, Oklahoma, and Abbeville, Kansas. This is Timber Allen brand, Paola, Kansas. And we're going to drop her down into 4-wheel drive. Uh-oh. Well, we're going to spill a little beer. Little Coors Banquet beer. That's going to cost her. So an 18.23, we'll go to a 23.23 with a knockdown barrel. So we'll get our barrel stood back up. We'll go to Nebraska. Stacy Hansen, North Platte, Nebraska. Rides a horse she calls Slingshot. Last year she won the Prairie Circuit Divisional Tour Series. And racing is a big part of their family. Her young daughter races mini sprint cars when they're not on tour with the rodeo. A little slip on that first one. That's a big stout bay that she rides. One more. Come on. $18.48 is where we'll stop the clock. $18.48 for Stacy Hansen.
All right, back to Texas. Canadian Texas sends a lady who competes in the Prairie Circuit of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska. She was the Prairie Circuit champion in 2019, has been the reserve champion twice. This is Tamara Reinhardt, and a 12-year-old mare that loves to run. She calls this horse Rimley. Now the time to beat is a 17.76. We're on the bottom of the ground with 2 to go. Thank you to Long MacArthur Ford, proud sponsor of the Bennington Rodeo. Say hi to Big Mike. Tell him you're at the rodeo. Troy, you've been telling him all weekend long. Get yourself a discount. Good on one. That second barrel has been the boogeyman tonight. Come on, Tammer, kick home. +5, make it a 23-29. Gosh, darn it.
And then there was one. Inola, Oklahoma is home to Bailey Fennell. Second generation cowgirl. Her father, D.V. Fennell, actually that's her husband. Her husband, D.V. Fennell, qualifier to the regular national finals rodeo in the bareback riding.
They own a trucking company together. 3 kids. The youngest one born in February. We started the night, we're finishing the night with a couple of 5-year-old running horses.
Round 3, a little wide turn, but she's going to make up some time coming back. 1985 is where we're going to stop that clock.
So in the barrel race tonight, we rearranged everything on the scoreboard except the number 1 spot.
That's right.
Taylor Johnson, as you take a look to it tonight. And a big thank you to MHC Kenworth. 1776 for the lady from Stillwater, Oklahoma last night. Callie Gates, 1782. Texas, Cody Harmon, 87. World champion Fallon Taylor, 1793. Brought to you by Long MacArthur. Take a look at that truck, folks. Y'all want to buy a truck? Get a hold of Big Mike at Long MacArthur Ford. He will hook you up. Tell him you were at the Bennington Rodeo. He'll save you a few bucks. Long MacArthur, thank you for being a part of our rodeo on behalf of the Bennington Lions.
It was 1989, my thoughts were short, my hair was long. Caught somewhere between a boy and man. She was 17 and she was far from in between.
All right, Long MacArthur's collecting the barrels.
Come on, Cable. Oh, I like the ride. I like the ride. You see him trying to throw those feet to the front end, up and above the points of the shoulders and the neck of that horse. That's where the money is. So we'll take a look at our pro officials, and it is 74 points on the ride. 74.
This is why I'm hot. 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 I'm hot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to gather up that paint horse and show him to the outgate. I want to say thank you tonight to Bartlett Show Pigs and Show Cabs, to Ryan Roofing, to Jack and Susie Stenford's Farms at Bennington, and to the bank at Tesket. And I'd like to do a little Saturday night survey. One time, Bennington, Kansas. Sound off. Are you ready for some bull riding?
So far this weekend, we've ridden 2 bulls. We were 88 on Thursday night. We were 86 last night. Let's go down inside the Davison Construction Buck and Shoot for our leadoff man on Saturday night. It is William Bowen out of Jewel, Kansas, and a bull called Foul Play from New Frontier Rodeo. Now, Jimmy Crother is best known for raising some of the rankest bulls in the world for nearly 40 years. He has put the right genetics in the bloodlines of the cattle that he has made superstars of the 4-legged kind. And we've watched him featured not only at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, but the PBR World Finals as well. Here's William.
Well, gosh darn it, that lasted just about as long as the Kardashian marriage.
Listen, hey, hold on. Let's be positive.
Okay.
Let's be positive, okay? You got to think about it in different ways.
What do you mean?
That guy stayed on that bull longer than our president stays on his bicycle. So let's just be. Hey, gloves are off. You know what I mean? I don't care. You're going to get mad at me? I don't care.
I know. I know.
It's all in good fun. We're still having fun, aren't we?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to say hello to our bullfighters, the pride and joy of the great state of Oklahoma. Tyler Dahl is on one side, and the man on the other side is the bulldogger turned bullfighter. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to Wade Coots. Tell them both good luck on a Saturday night.
So we'll move up to Buck and Shoots, Davison Agency, and Austin Waite out of Delphus, Kansas, has drawn a bull they call Solomon River. Now there's a pretty neat story about this bull. He disappeared as a calf, And when they found him, they figured he traveled nearly 30 miles, and they found him near the Sullivan River. Austin Waite, Delvis, Kansas. Remember, 2 qualified rides so far, 88 on night 1, 86 last night. J.R. Stratford's in the lead. You got 3 Murrays in the number 2 spot. Austin Waite and Sullivan River. Let's ride one. We just need one guy to break the ice, and we go on and ride the rest of them. Oh, no.
He got a crooked old horn there, don't he?
You should see the rodeo clown that inherited the rest of that horn.
Yeah. We're fixing to see the gate man that gets turned into a corn dog.
Hey, folks, a minute ago I introduced you to the bullfighters. Can I take a moment of your time and say thank you to our Coors man in the can tonight?
Look, okay, look.
Are you done running so I can introduce you?
Yeah, go ahead. I was warning him.
Okay. 6 times selected as one of the top 5 entertainers in all of pro rodeo. Have you all enjoyed the comedy and the big smile he's put on your face? Say hello to Matt Tarr one more time.
And on the cool check-in, center stage on the mic, and we putting it on wax. It's the new style.
4 and 3 and 2 and 1.
What up?
And when I'm on the mic, the suckers run.
Let's move up to the Rawhide Portable Corral Buck and Shoe. Wyatt Brown, Lyons, Kansas, has drawn a bull that has 1 qualified ride in his career. This bull, they call him Sun Up. They were 84 points when they did ride him. He was out on Thursday night. They didn't ride him then. We'll try to ride him tonight. They've marked this bull as high as 43.5 points. So here's a couple things we know about this bull. Number 1, he can be ridden. Number 2, you can be a lot of points on him. But you have to stay in control and you have to maintain position for 8 long seconds.
So let's think about those scores for a minute. If the judges mark the bull 43, you match that, you're all of a sudden 86, 87 points right there in the money. I love the Hollies from 1972.
Let's go.
Ride. Hey. Hey. Look at the clock on the big board at a 6.3.
Come on, man.
That's a heartbreaker.
It is. He tried. Watch the replay. He was in time. You see him making the moves to get around the corner. And one jump, he gets set down, he gets behind, and he is down on the ground. It is no score.
No score.
Hey, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
You guys in Bennington take your mosquitoes serious. We could have branded that dude that just came by me. Good night. A pterodactyl just flew by. Did you see that thing up there?
He requested a flyby.
Yeah.
There, golly.
All right, we're in the Davidson Agency bucking shoot for an 18-year-old kid from Wichita. On a Prairie Circuit Final selected bucking bull called Fire Code. And this might be, Troy, the most rideable bull in the herd, if you believe the statistics.
They were 87.5 on him in Coffeyville 1 year ago. Hey, hey. It is raining cowboys so far in the bull riding.
Are you suggesting the theme song for the bull riding tonight should be It's Raining Men?
It might be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Jake.
It's
There it is.
raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining.
You asked for that.
Yeah, that's my fault. My bad.
You asked for that.
Now, folks, I want you all to think about something. When we get done with the bull riding tonight, don't go anywhere and have your cameras ready. Because we've got a special closing for you tonight that is going to be worth a picture that'll be worth 1,000,000 words. Stomp your feet, clap your hands. Come on, let's get a little rhythm.
Riggin Hughes, Kempner, Texas, is inside the Bennington State Bank bucket shoot. He's run a bull they call Southern Comfort, and this is the bull that they were 88 points on Thursday night. It was J.R. Stratford out of Byers, Kansas, and this bull matched up. He is a rank bull, but he can be ridden. Can we be in the 90s on Saturday night? Bennington, we need your help. Let's go.
And the Bulls are winning.
Hey, Jim, you need a hug or you?
Money on him, so this may just be the bull that we need to end the night.
Last time this bull bucked in this arena out of a possible 50, the judges marked him 45. Think about that. You do the same thing with your ride. You're 90.
That's right. Oh, it'd be so nice to be 90 tonight. As Steve mentioned, after we buck this bull, please stay in your seats for our closing ceremonies.
Bull riding sponsored by Ryan Roofing, by Bartlett Show Pigs and Show Cabs. He's ready. Let's go. Wow.
Yeah.
Please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their upright and locked position.
You know, see, we've been cheering for Cowboys all night. But the other half of the equation is the livestock.
And folks, with that in mind, I told you a couple minutes ago to be ready because we have got a picture coming your way. Ladies and gentlemen, as we talk about the bull riding, J.R. Stratford at 88, Guthrie Murray at 86. But here come the real stars of professional rodeo. How about a nice welcome for the bucking horses of the New Frontier Rodeo Company? Now, folks, I want you to check them out as they parade before you. These horses are proud, slick, fat, shiny, and happy. They are born to buck. Their mamas were bucking horses, so were their daddies. They will appear at the Prairie Circuit Finals Rodeo, the NFR Open in Colorado Springs, and perhaps the National Finals Rodeo in December. But folks, we cannot have a rodeo without the great livestock. And so with that in mind, I'd like to ask you all one more question on this Saturday night. Have you had a good time at the Bennington Pro Rodeo?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the great committee of the Bennington Lions Club PRCA Rodeo, along with New Frontier Rodeo Company out of Roxbury, Kansas, the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, and the Women's Professional Rodeo Association, you guys have been so much fun. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to be careful driving home. May God bless each and every one of you. And until we meet again, happy trails to all. Good night, Bennington. We've had fun.
He never hung his hat up at Kitty's place. I should have